this?
This is a new vlog.
Oh.
We're doing a new vlog and we're on our way to get Spoops and Brad. This vlog is probably going to be me reading the Atlas 6, which is my deity book club pick, because I'm starting that on Tuesday on Patron Sprints. So I thought may as well start a vlog because I'm very live in the moment, but I do like to also capture some things on film. This is what happens when you have a full fringe and there's slight wind. But yeah, we're going to pick up Spoops and Brad. The first time that we went up there, we didn't really do anything. We literally just
There's not much to do.
lazed around. Yeah, but as in we didn't film anything that we did either, other than like us arriving and me picking up Spoops.
Well, and well, actually the second time was the Eurovision thing, wasn't it?
And then yeah, Eurovision, we didn't film any of that either. We are on the way, and we will probably see you in a bit.
Yay.
What is this? It sounds like 2 nights.
Well, it's both of them, to be fair, so...
Oh, if it's both of you, yeah, to be fair. I like this too. Hello.
Hello.
What's that?
Oh my god, of course, the second of the camera.
I'm keeping that in. This is the patio.
I'm modelling the stones. Wait, should we stand next to each other so you can see the height difference?
Holly is small.
I am small in all the ways that matter.
Oh Jesus, it's fucking bright. I've turned the thing all the way down as well. Cute. Oh my god, it's so bright.
It is bright, isn't it?
What the fuck?
Bruh.
Jord will colour correct that. It's fine. We're going to go to the market, Red Brick Market in Birmingham and Digbeth. And then we're going to go to the board game cafe. And then we're going to go to some retro arcade bar thing that I've not been to yet, but hopefully it's good. And then we're going to go to a buffet. That's going to be fucking peng, and Brad's going to demolish
That
everything.
buffet's not safe.
So that's what we're doing today. We got up and got dressed, and we sat in the patio for a bit. And it
And we
was
had
nice.
crumpets.
We had some crumpets.
Yeah, I bought crumpets at Aldi.
They were very good.
Rating out of 10 crumpets.
Crumpets, they were a good 10.
Good 10.
Toasted very well by the man himself.
There he is.
You like you just risen from the sarcophagus.
Good morning.
Oh. Is it morning still?
Yeah.
Potentially. 11:47.
Oh, just about. Good morning.
So Board Game Cafe was fully booked. We're not even in focus. Board Game Cafe was not having it, so we booked it for tomorrow at 10 instead. So we're now going to have pizza, and then we're going to go to NQ64, which is apparently they already been to in Manchester, even though we've never been to one. So. We're going to eat now, and then yeah, go there, and then we're going to have a buffet in the evening, which I'm looking forward to. It's Sunday. No, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Sunday. Fucking hell, time flies. It's Sunday, we're going to Chance and Carers because I've actually booked it now. So they should actually let us in.
Let's not now.
Let me in! We went to the buffet. I didn't do a clip because I was nearly dead and dying. You can go watch Spoops' vlog for a clip of us dying. I'll put the link in the description.
Thanks.
Excited? Get hyped. Hello everyone, please excuse the way I look. So, Spooks and Brad are gone. Big sad. Jord is watching something. I am also watching something. I'm watching Trixie Motel, actually. It's really good. People should check it out because Trixie Motel is very funny and she's got a motel now. It's very good. Drag Race is good, drag queens are good, everyone, you know, it's Pride Month, get into it. I've not vlogged in so long, like not properly, and I've not like spoken to a camera properly in so long. I've taken a lot of B-roll this weekend. Long B-roll in this one, okay? This is what's happening. I am planning on this evening on resting because I am so tired. It's not even funny. I basically gave myself no time to like relax after exams. I booked in a gym session, like a PT session, the day of my last exam. Like I did my exam, then I just went to the gym, and it was like my first time with this particular PT, and they're quite like hard on you, but like in the good way that I need. And I was dead after it. And then Thursday I went to D&D, and then Friday I had to do stuff straight after. I went to the gym straight after work, and then Spooks and Brad arrived. And then obviously we hung out until we went to sleep, and then Saturday all day walking around Birmingham doing stuff, and then today, Sunday, again, all day walking around. Went to Board Game Cafe, it was really good, obviously you've seen. So it's been a pretty full-on week. It feels like it's been months since I did those exams already. Feels like months ago. But today now, the rest of today, it's only 8 o'clock. I'm gonna do some planning. I have not actually like used my planner for about at least a month. I wanna say all of May I've not filled in. And even before that, I've been like partially filling things in here and there. So April I did pretty well at filling things in, and I was trying to like, what the fuck did I try and draw here? Is that like a garlic?
What is that? Is that like
what
a
is that?
slice of something?
I drew this. What is this?
A bushel of bananas?
Hello? I think it looks like a garlic clove or an onion clove to me.
You must have started and just like
What
fucked it up. And
I think I did fuck it up and then I went
too big, and then you're like, you know.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but we're gonna move on. So I did a good few like little drawings and things in April, all the way up till the end actually. And I haven't been printing out my stuff that I usually print out, like little things. So I have written in really small letters like what the books that I finished, so that I can stick it over those. April is pretty up to date, and then May, I think I did write things in the beginning, and then all of May I pretty much haven't like filled. Yeah, I've not filled a single thing in May because I was so busy revising for exams. And now June, I'm nearly 2 weeks in, and I haven't done anything yet either. Especially even at the beginning, I've not done anything. So I'm just gonna go through. I'm just gonna do some cute planning and like filling some things out. And yeah, I'm going to do that this evening with, Trixie Motel. Only episode 3 is out, so I'm like halfway through. Yeah, I'm about halfway through that. But I do need to catch up on Love Island. I think I've only got one episode because they don't show it on a Saturday. Oh shit, I should watch it now because it's 8 o'clock and it's going to come on at 9. Okay, I'm going to watch Love Island now. Friday's episode. I should be caught up for tonight. Because we've been like discussing it on my Patreon as well. Like just on the Discord. So yeah, that's the kind of update of how my week has been going, whatever you want to know. I changed my earrings the other day. I do need to get some new studs though that I can keep in, because I can't keep wearing dangly earrings to bed because I'm terrified that they will rip out. And I know I shouldn't be wearing dangly earrings to bed. But I'm scared to also like not wear anything to bed because they'll probably close up overnight. Anxiety! Yeah, so I need to get some nice studs, but I need to get them like, they need to be like proper sterling silver. The ones that I like on Etsy, I'm always worried like they are actually like plated silver, which they probably are, even if they say they're not. So yeah, I'm gonna chill this evening. The rest of the week then should be pretty chill as well. And I am starting the Atlas 6, which is what this vlog is gonna be kind of more based around the reading wise anyway. Starting that on Tuesday, because that's when my Patreon sprints are. So yeah, I've not done any reading yet this month, but you guys know why, so it's not a problem. I will be back and hopefully looking a bit more normal as well. So, yeah. Speak to you soon.
Whatever's on 2022, Electric Boogaloo, the year that I got COVID. And hopefully looking a bit more normal as well.
I am in bed. I'm warm. The fact I can even film a clip is incredible to me, because 2 days ago I could not open my eyes because I was just so ill. I'm still quite ill. But I thought I'd update this vlog anyway because I have time off work now. So this vlog is meant to be me reading the Atlas 6. However, I started reading Jade Legacy instead because this is what I be like. So I started reading Jade Legacy last Friday, the night that I caught COVID. I started listening to Jade Legacy instead because I went over my friend Ema's and she had just finished Jade War and she really enjoyed it. I let them get in my Audible, so they use my Audible because I just let them log in and, you know, fuck Amazon. I currently have, at 2 times speed, I have 7 hours and 22 minutes left. Also, apologies if you can hear my fan. It's just very warm. So 7 hours and 22 minutes at 2 times speed left. I've got it there. Pretty much almost exactly halfway through. So about the 50% mark, and it's quite a long book. It's a 28.5 hour audiobook. I don't know how many pages it is, but it's very long compared to the first 2. They all get longer as they go on, as books usually do. So I thought I'd update you on that. It's going very well. Greenbow Saga is one of probably the best series I have read. The first one I actually gave like 4.5, but the second one was 5. It's a long book, so there's not like, I feel like not loads has happened, but I'm enjoying every second of it, if that makes sense. I haven't actually been able to listen to anything yesterday or the day before because I was so ill that all I could do was lie here and try not to die. I haven't read any more of the Atlas 6 as of yet, but I am planning to. The live show for it is on next Wednesday, and it is currently Friday. So I do have all weekend. I did want to finish Jade Legacy first, but considering I am only now 50% of the way through, I feel like I might drop Jade Legacy now, just finish off Atlas 6 because, well, technically at 2 times speed I have 6 hours left, but all the audiobook narrators go at different speeds, which, I mean, you would think that's obvious, but then I've listened to quite a few all-cast audiobooks and I've not had that problem. But with this one, there does seem to be an issue with like some going faster than others, which does kind of annoy me, but at the same time, it's not the end of the fucking world, you know? The audiobook narrators are pretty good. I might switch to physical, but I'm too ill to read physically, so I don't really want to do that. I'd rather just listen to it. I'd rather just lie here, ascend to heaven. My soul will ascend and listen to the Atlas 6. I've just put my book club polls out on Patreon for my Daisy only book club, as well as the Crabulous book club, we like to call it. So I've done that. I do need to finalise my July schedule as well. Don't worry, I am taking a break. I've literally had 2 days doing nothing. Yeah, that's my update. I have COVID. I've not caught it ever. It's my first time and it's 2022. It's 2 years later. I'm pissed, I'm not gonna lie. I'm pissed off that I've caught it. Nothing can be done, so I'm just gonna try and enjoy the time off work, even though I feel like shit. I'm gonna just listen to as much audiobook as I can, you know? Thanks for joining me on this endeavour. This is probably going to be my only whatever-thon vlog because the month ends in 6 days. So who knows how long this vlog will be or how many books I will read in it. Hopefully I'll finish the Atlas 6 at the very least. I mean, I should, because it'll have to be done by Wednesday anyway, so. And I am planning on reading Before the Coffee Gets Cold because that's kind of our secondary thing for the Daisy book club. Some people wanted to read it, so I was like, yeah, sure, I'll read it too. Okay. I will speak to you soon. Bye. Hello, I'm still ill, but I've just had a bath and I feel a bit more human than I did. I have been listening to the Atlas 6 on audiobook, even though it's weird because even though I like the narrators, George's trying to be quiet because he's making me a sandwich. Just ignore any noises in the background. Yeah, so I've been listening to it, and even though I like the narrators, and I'm like kind of enjoying the story, I say kind of, it's slowed down a lot at the 50% mark. I was really enjoying it up to the 25% mark, which is where I first updated you, I think. And now, let me just check where I am. I have 5 hours left overall out of 16. So I have actually got, I would say probably like 30% if I had to guesstimate, about 30% left.
even though I'm enjoying what's happening, it has slowed down a lot since the beginning. I don't feel like anything's actually happened. And I feel like even if I zone out for 2 seconds, something else starts happening in the middle of the chapter where like the characters will be in a completely different place or talking to someone completely different, and I haven't had a connecting thing. So I don't know if there's like, I'm trying to look in the physical book now to see if there's like scene changes, you know, like where they sometimes have like pauses or like gaps in the same chapter but like a scene change, but like from what I can see there's not. So it just changes and like suddenly they're talking to someone else. I'm also finding it odd when obviously there's 6 different narrators and 6 different main characters that you're hearing other characters' voices but through the different narrators. So like, let's say for example Callum is one of the characters. He will sound different from each chapter because each narrator sounds different. So that can be hard to keep up with as well, like at the beginning especially because there's so many of them. And then there's 2 more characters, the caretaker and like his assistant or something. The assistant or whatever he is called Dalton, and I feel like Dalton has a much bigger role than he should considering there's already 6 fucking main characters in this book. Although I am really enjoying the different personalities so far. I feel like a lot of these characters I've not really read anything like them or anyone like them, if that makes sense. Especially Parisa. I really like Parisa. From like where my face is over to the left, it's Nico, Raina and Libby. From my face to the left then it's Callum, Parisa and Tristan. I like Parisa. I feel like we haven't seen a lot of Raina. I feel like Raina's been definitely relegated to background for a while. There's not been much interaction between characters, between Raina and other characters, and I hope there will be more considering there's only 30% left. It feels like the last kind of, if we're, say for example we're at 70 now and I was at 25, so the last 40% of the book has really not had much structure and has not really like, I don't really know what's happened. They just kind of interacted with each other, and then there's like a lot of time skips and it's like, oh, we've been here for a year, and I was like, what? And it's like, oh, we've been studying for months and this and that, and it feels like the time skips aren't being handled very well. I don't really like the time skip elements so far. I don't feel like I'm getting much development between the characters because of that. It's definitely above a 3 at the moment. It's probably more like a 4. Thank you.
Oh, sorry, was I in it now?
Yeah. Joel's been taking care of me while I'm ill. Doubled up, double stuffed ham Sammy. So yeah, that's my update on Atlas 6. Update on Jade Legacy is I'm 50% of the way through and I'm enjoying it. I'm probably not going to finish it before the end of this month, but I'm just going to finish Atlas 6 first because that's my priority, and then try and finish off some of the books I'm already in the middle of because there are a lot of them. And yeah, that is my update so far. I hope that you guys have enjoyed the update.
This update in particular, I hope you've enjoyed.
Yeah, this ill clip, I hope you enjoyed. You can tell my brain is not working. Maybe that's why I'm not paying attention enough, because I'm ill. Anyway, yeah, I am enjoying it. It's not actually really bad. I think I just have kind of, what's the word? It's sort of more like structural issues rather than like the actual characters or story, if that makes sense. Like I'm enjoying everything about it except some of the choices that have been made structurally. So that isn't actually really huge for me, but I do have those criticisms. So it's currently sitting at around a 4-star, which is pretty good, I think. But yeah, I will update you again probably when I finish because there's only 30% left. I will catch up with you later. Hello, I have just finished the Atlas 6. I am on sprints. It is Sunday, the last Sunday of Whateverthon, June 26th, and I finished my first book of Whateverthon on one of the final days. But we move. I listened to the majority of this on audiobook, and I just had this in front of me in case I wanted to maybe reread a chapter or reread sections, because I found myself really kind of zoning out at some points. And I do want to say, like, the beginning of this is really, really strong. I'm just gonna get up my core pile because I have not core piled it yet. For me, currently it's kind of sitting at around like a 3.5. However, I feel like the characters and that might bring it up a lot, but then stuff like the logic and like the structure might bring it down a lot. So I'm actually not sure where it's gonna end up in terms of rating, but I'm thinking around that mark of the 3.5. I don't know if it'll go up that half or down a half, or stay there, but we shall see. I feel like we may as well just start off with the core pile because I'll move into like how I feel about the book as I core pile it. So starting off with characters, I think the characters are really, really strong in this. Some are definitely stronger than others. There are definitely some of the Atlas 6 or the 6 main characters that I don't think add anything to the story. I think Raina, unfortunately, has absolutely zero role in this book. I don't think she needed to be there. I don't think she added anything to the story, anything to the dynamics, anything to the characters, and she didn't get very much development at all, which I was actually a bit annoyed at because she was one of my favourites upon first meeting her at the beginning of the book. I really liked her attitude and I really liked her just kind of personality when she first was getting recruited. So I was actually really disappointed that Raina did not have as much of a role as literally everyone else had so many roles and like so much to add, it felt like, and then Raina was just kind of there. So that annoyed me. Parisa, I think, is one of my favourites. Libby, I went through phases of being really annoyed by her, feeling like I could really relate to her, and then being really annoyed by her again, which says something about my personality. Nico, again, didn't feel like he added loads. And then Callum and Tristan I felt like were quite a big part separately as well. Overall, I feel like the characters weren't as cohesive as they could have been, especially their interactions and their feelings about each other. Basically, overall, I think this suffered structurally, and then that has kind of affected everything going forward. So like the beginning was so strong and it slowly devolved from there. Dalton, I know some of you won't have read this, but like Dalton I feel like didn't also add anything to this. I don't think he needed to be part of this book. He could have been cut and the book would have been exactly the same. There were 2 characters that I think could have been cut and would have been exactly the same. So definitely not perfect on characters, but also I was very fond of quite a few of the characters. I would say, so maybe more like an 8 out of 10. So like great, a couple of problems, but nothing major is probably gonna be the characters. Atmosphere. So atmosphere is how immersive was it? Are you able to picture the setting, the characters, the creatures? Was the energy in the scenes palpable or was it not very convincing? I would say some of the atmosphere suffered. The way the scenes were set up, sometimes they would almost be like a flashback. So like one character would walk into a room and it would be like, character A is talking to character B. Like, so it's from character A's perspective. They walk into the room and start talking to character B. And then character A goes, oh, this interaction wasn't quite as explosive as interaction with character C. And then the whole chapter then is the scene with character C that happened before. So it was like very weirdly like set up like that. And so the atmosphere suffered for me in that sometimes if I'd zone out for 2 seconds even in the audiobook and then zone back in, the character would be talking to someone else randomly. I'd be like, wait, I thought they were talking to character B. So it did like take me out of it a bit. I think, how immersive was it? Was I able to picture the setting? Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty good at picturing stuff in general. I wouldn't say there was loads of energy in the scenes, and atmosphere for me also is kind of like world building and stuff. I wouldn't say like the world building was extremely strong. I'd say maybe like a 6. The 6 is okay, lots of good things and a fair amount of bad things, but the former prevails, and then a 7 is good. Maybe like a 6.5. Writing. Did you enjoy the writing style? Did you like the prose? Was it hard to follow? How was the dialogue to narration? Did it flow easily? So this again is more about the structural stuff as well, I guess, but I guess plot also builds in with pacing. Writing style, I think the prose, I'm actually still not sure if I like it. It is very dark academia prosy, although not much academia was academia-ing in this, I don't think. They didn't spend a lot of time studying, or there wasn't much emphasis on it. You would sometimes skip to, oh, and now they're studying something else, but then like they're talking shit to each other about random stuff and not actually really studying anything, or the focus in the book isn't on them studying stuff. I feel like maybe the atmosphere is going to go up to a 7 and the writing is going to be more like a 6. I'm going to go 8, 7, 6. Plot, I would say there was really no plot to be found here. A little near the end, the pacing wasn't amazing. The beginning was really good, and then it really slowed down from 50% onwards. And it just felt like the characters were just like having conversations with each other and nothing else was happening. They were just, again, literally just talking to each other, and that was it. So the pacing wasn't great. Was the overall plot satisfying? Were the reveals worth the journey? Was the plot in any way unique? Did it surprise you? Was it complex, too bland, or just right? I would say definitely some reveals surprised me, but not enough to be like, oh my god. I was literally a bit like, oh, okay. And it just like overall, I think like there were confusing elements that like led to me not being surprised by something, because I was like, wait, did I hear it right? Or because I was still confused from other parts. I would say a 6.5. It's not really bad, but it's also not really good. Intrigue. Now, this one I usually am like rating really high, and like I put a lot of emphasis on intrigue because I really like intrigue in a book. I actually wouldn't say the intrigue was super high for this. Intrigue is probably more like a 4.5, I'm gonna say. That's not great, is it? Logic also really took a swing and just missed in this book. Logic was just thrown out the window. Although I really liked the exploration of the characters' powers, I liked the layers that were revealed to each power. So like they start out really broad, like, oh, these are physicists and these are mentalists. And then one of them is more of a naturalist and one of them kind of is more to do with fire and one's to do with earth. And then it kind of strips away layers of what like they can dig into and do with those powers very kind of individually. And I liked that a lot. However, there was no real rhyme or reason to why some people have powers and some people don't. It was confusing. I thought that the author referred to these people as Medians. Where on earth that word has come from when they just call them magicians otherwise. It's just another word for magicians. There was no reason for them to be called Medians. There was no backstory to that, no like, oh, I missed it. So like that was not great. Okay, so the world building being sufficient is in Logic here as well. Did I feel like everything fit the story? I don't know. I feel like there wasn't even really much story. This book seems to be like based on just vibes. And although I did enjoy it, and I think I really actually want to continue, it's more like I'm continuing out of like, I like the characters enough and I want to see what happens, but I'm really hoping that structurally the next book is much more structured, because it felt like nothing happened in this book, but also things did happen, so it was strange. So Logic, following the rules of the world magic system. There basically are no rules to the magic system. Why people have these powers, why people manifest different powers. There are also creatures that like randomly gets brought up, like mermaids and satyrs and stuff. So it's like, but none of that is even like referred to again in any other context. So it's just like, okay, there's just lots going on apparently. So Logic, it was pretty poor. I'm gonna have to go with a 4, I think, for Logic. But then overall enjoyment, I would say it's more up there of more like a 7, because I did enjoy it. But the ending also I feel like was a little bit unsatisfying. I didn't feel like, even though there's technically a cliffhanger, I didn't feel very cliffhangered, if that makes sense. I wasn't very like, oh, I'm so gripped and I want to read the next one right now, even though I feel like that's what it was trying to do. So maybe it's more like a 6.5. Or like, I want to say like a 6.75. I'm trying to be more specific with my ratings. Okay. Having put all that in, it has actually come out as a 3.5 on Corepile. So there we are. That proves kind of that I'm like pretty accurate with my kind of gut ratings, I feel like. Or I'm getting better at gut rating things, I guess, and then breaking it down and thinking, you know, this is actually why. I'm quite happy with that. Overall, I definitely would recommend it for people who like vibes only, people who like hot women, hot powerful women, people who like sex positivity, polyamory positivity-ish. I wish there was more polyamory-esque stuff, and queer things. More queer things in the next book, please. There's very little in this, and I wish there was more. There's just more like vibes and hints more than anything, but nothing actually happens. Yeah, I definitely will be getting the sequel, probably from Fairy Loot, because this is the Fairy Loot adult subscription edition. I actually really wanted the Illumicrate edition, but I didn't manage to get it because the email came through late and I'd forgotten, and all these things happened on the same day. But I know they're trying to get to the printers to try and reprint the first one and print the second one and do it as like our package. So I actually might get that, because this edition is not like that special, but the Illumicrate edition, I'll get George to show you it here, is this Galaxy. It's gorgeous. I would much rather have this, even if to just have it on my shelf. And then I would maybe keep this one to like tab and reread possibly, but I don't see myself rereading it. There are certain quotes I wish I would have like written down, and I definitely would like to read more Dark Academia stuff like this, but Dark Academia with the fantasy twist. I'm not really keen on just Dark Academia that's just historical, do you know what I mean? Like, I want some kind of culty or weird twist to it, not just historical or like modern, if that makes sense. But I do really like this. I do think I really like this. 3.5 for me is actually a really good rating, because I'm trying to rate more critically these days so that I have less like 5 stars right at the top. If I actually really didn't like a book, it would be more like a 1 or 2 star, whereas 3.5 is like actually quite close to a 4, and a 4 is like really solid in my book, and a 5 is a favourite. So it's done pretty well, I think. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like below. Huge shout out to everyone at my deity tier on Patreon. You should see this crab here. Look at all these beautiful names. I've decided to stop reading out the names because I can't do it anymore. It's too mind-boggling for me. But thank you to all of my beautiful deities. This book I would not have read if not for them, because they picked it as their Patreon book club pick, which you can check out all in the links below. I keep not wanting to do a normal outro anymore because it's all boring and everyone will ignore it because it's shit. So check out my shit in the description. Hope you enjoy the video, and I will see you again soon. Bye.